I fell in love with my girlfriend's mom, and it destroyed everything forbidden love story the moment I realized I was falling for her. I knew my life would never be the same again, and neither would anyone else's. Before we begin, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that touch the heart, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to drop a comment. Your support means more than you think. It all started on a quiet afternoon that felt like any other. I had gone to visit my girlfriend, someone I thought I would spend my future with. We had been together for over a year, and everything about our relationship felt stable, predictable, and safe. Her home had always been warm and welcoming, but that day, something shifted in a way I couldn't explain. That was the first time I truly noticed her mother. She wasn't just my girlfriend's mom anymore. There was something in her presence, calm, composed, and quietly strong, that caught me off guard. She had this gentle way of moving through the room, like she carried both pain and grace at the same time. Her smile wasn't loud, but it lingered. Her eyes didn't just look at you, they understood you. At first, I brushed it off. It felt wrong even to notice something like that. I told myself it was just admiration, respect, nothing more. But the truth is, some feelings don't ask for permission before they arrive. Days turned into weeks, and every visit to that house became more complicated. I started noticing small things, the way she listened when I spoke, how she remembered details about my life, how she treated everyone with quiet dignity. She wasn't trying to impress anyone, and maybe that's what made her so unforgettable. Meanwhile, my relationship with my girlfriend began to feel different. Not worse, just distant. Conversations became routine. Moments that once felt special started to feel like obligations. And deep down, I knew something inside me had changed. Even if I didn't want to admit it, I fought it. I avoided eye contact with her mother. I limited my visits. I convinced myself that this was just a phase, something temporary that would fade with time. But the more I tried to suppress it, the stronger it became. It wasn't just attraction, it was something deeper, something emotional, something that made me feel seen in a way I had never experienced before. And that terrified me, because I knew what it meant. It meant betrayal. It meant breaking trust. It meant hurting someone who had done nothing wrong. One evening, everything came crashing down. We were all sitting together in the living room. My girlfriend was talking about her plans for the future, her dreams, her excitement. I should have been listening, but instead I found myself distracted. My mind kept drifting toward her mother, who was sitting quietly across the room, her expression thoughtful, almost distant. For a brief moment, our eyes met. And in that moment, I realized something that shook me to my core. She knew. There was no confusion in her eyes, no misunderstanding. Just a quiet awareness mixed with something else, something complicated, something that mirrored my own emotions. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying everything in my head, trying to make sense of it. How did things get this far? How did something so wrong feel so real? Days passed, and the tension became unbearable. I started pulling away from my girlfriend, not because I wanted to hurt her, but because I couldn't keep pretending anymore. Every smile felt forced. Every conversation felt heavy with things left unsaid. And then one day, it happened. I was alone in the house when her mother walked in. Silence between us was thick, almost suffocating. Neither of us spoke at first, but the weight of everything we had been avoiding was finally too much to ignore. There were no dramatic words, no sudden confessions, just a quiet understanding that something had gone terribly wrong. And yet neither of us could deny it. What followed was a storm of emotions, guilt, confusion, fear. I knew I had to make a choice, but every option felt like losing something important. If I stayed, I would be living a lie. If I left, I would break someone's heart. In the end, the truth came out, and it destroyed everything. My girlfriend's reaction was exactly what you would expect: shock, anger, heartbreak. The trust we had built over a year shattered in an instant. There was no way to explain it, no way to justify it. Some mistakes don't have excuses. I lost her, but that wasn't the only loss. The relationship between mother and daughter was strained beyond repair. What had once been a strong bond turned into something fragile and uncertain, and I carried the weight of that every single day. As for me, I walked away from that house with nothing but regret. Weeks turned into months, and life moved on, but the consequences stayed. I had to face myself in ways I never had before. I had to accept that love isn't always pure or simple. Sometimes it's messy, complicated, and painful. I tried to rebuild my life. I focused on work, on personal growth, on becoming someone better than the person I had been. But no matter how much time passed, a part of me remained stuck in those moments, replaying the choices I had made. And yet something unexpected happened. I started to understand, not justify, never that, but understand. I realized that emotions don't follow rules. They don't care about what's right or wrong, but actions do, and I had failed in that regard. I had let my feelings control my decisions, and the cost was something I would carry forever. Years later, I saw her again. It wasn't planned. Just one of those moments life throws at you when you least expect it. She looked different, older, maybe a little more tired, but still carrying that same quiet strength. We didn't speak much. There was no need. Some stories don't get closure. Some wounds don't fully heal. But in that moment, there was something else, acceptance. We had both changed. We had both learned, and maybe in a strange way that was enough. Before this story ends, I want you to do something. Leave a comment right now and tell me honestly, do you think love can ever justify breaking someone's trust? If this story touched your heart, if it made you feel something real, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps keep these stories alive. And one more thing, tell me in the comments, which country are you watching this story from? I'd love to know how far these emotions travel across the world.